US share markets were positive over the past 24 hours and have now seen 7 weekly gains in a row. However, European markets did fall fairly flat over the past day, even though EU finance ministers are meeting to try and suss out a new plan for the indebted countries in the European Union. Germany wants to increase the original bailout package of over 440 billion euros. However, there isn't likely to be any silver bullet that will help out the Europeans through 2011. We predict that this will continue to be a drag on equity markets for the EU over 2011. The euro has been weak over the past day, but the New Zealand dollar has been making gains against most currencies. On Tuesday morning, we are trading at 77.30 against the US dollar and 48.70 against the Great British Pound. New Zealand's short-term wholesale interest rates did increase slightly over the past week, but longer-dated interest rates, such as out to 5 years, did see some marginal declines. Markets have been influenced by what is happening in Australia in terms of the floods, as well as the concerns coming out of Europe in terms of the debt crisis. We are predicting that we aren't going to see any increases in short-term interest rates anytime soon. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand is likely to be looking for some sustainable economic recovery before they begin increasing interest rates. Particularly, they will be looking for a sustainable recovery in the housing market, further business investment, and a return to credit growth particularly for businesses. This isn't likely to happen until the middle part of this year, so we've put back our increases to the official cash rate until the September quarter of 2011. As mentioned in last week's market update report, the US Department of Agriculture have predicted a fall in supplies for feed inputs coming out of the US. As a result of this, corn futures in the US market have increased significantly over the past week or two, and in turn, livestock prices, particularly for futures, have also increased for dates in 2011. US imported bull beef prices have now reached their record highs that were set in 2008 and are trading over $2 per pound. The international market is looking strong, and we continue to predict that it should remain strong in the short term, keeping in mind that supply will be tied out of the Australian market due to floods, and the feed system is also going to put some pressure on margins. New Zealand schedule prices have increased slightly over the past week, but we could see some further increases down the track.